Hi everybody, welcome back. I can't believe this is number 4? I think 4, my 4th video. It's crazy how much has already happened in I think the few couple of days, weeks, whatever since I last made a video. But yeah, I'm back and let's get into it. Some updates, my nails have come off. They lasted almost a month, which is crazy. I've never had press on nails last that long. And besides that, I think I mentioned last video, I got a job. So I have been training and I finished my 2nd week on Friday and I've already gotten my first paycheck, which is crazy. And what better way to get into it than make a budget? Yes, I can finally update my budget and show you guys everything. But yeah, let me just explain kind of what is gonna happen in this video. First of all, I tried to write income here and the green didn't really come out. So if you can't see it, sorry. But besides that, so this is considered September budget number 2. I'm only saying it's number 2 because, I get paid bi-weekly and so it's going to be the 2nd Friday of the month and then the last Friday of the month. That's how it's going to kind of come out. And so obviously those are both in the month of September, and this was technically September budget number 1. But what I'm going to kind of do is the first, not the first, no, the one that's on the last Friday of the month, that's going to be budgeted for the next month. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And also, if you see little things on my nails, it's because the glue from the stickers are still on my nails and I can't get them off. Every time I think I've gotten them off, it's still there. But anyways, if you are a little lost as to why my budget kind of looks like this, go back and watch the last video because I use my extra money that I had for a first paycheck of September, and I've already done my big monthly budget. Now this is the 2nd budget, so this is kind of adding money to everything and making sure everything is up to date. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through my current remaining expenses, if that makes sense. So I have my monthly expenses. So remember, I have my monthly expense budgeting, my budgets. Again, if you're confused, watch my later videos. But like I mentioned, I budget monthly expenses and then savings. And so on my monthly expenses, I have my typical monthly expenses, my bills, and my loans. And because of my past paycheck, I'm doing paycheck because it wasn't really from a job. It was just extra money I had. But from my last paycheck, though, that money, that was pretty much budgeted for the month's expenses, bills, loans, monthly expenses. So my bills and loans are already taken care of. And that might be later on. I can show you me updating my online budget. But besides that, my monthly expenses, I didn't get to really budget a lot for them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through my monthly expenses, maybe add some of this paycheck to it. And then the rest is going to be in my savings. And that's typically how I believe my videos are really going to be, my budgeting is the first paycheck, as in the last Friday of that month that will go into the next month. That paycheck is going to be for all of the big budgeting, putting my whole budget together. And then the 2nd paycheck, hopefully I would either make sure I have enough for my monthly expenses, if not use some of that for that, or put it in my savings. I think it's mostly going to be savings. So it's going to be monthly budget savings, kind of go in that vibe. But anyways, let's begin. Okay, literally right after I said, let's go, my, tripod fell over. I went to check to make sure it was filming and everything, and it fell over. So that's why you're going to see this here. It's trying to hold it. I have something else holding it, but just bear with me as always. That's how we're going to do that. But anyways, let's begin. So first of all, okay, I'm all set. I had to make sure everything was all set. All right, so first of all, let's go into, since this is the 2nd budget, I have how much I have, everything, and I'm going to make another video of me putting this all into my online budget. So you can kind of see the numbers more clearly there. I'll try to make that my next video. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write down my income. So that is how much and this is after taxes. I'm literally just reading it off my paycheck. So this is how much I made after taxes. And this was only like 31 hours. So, oh no, let me use this one. Yeah, so I'm excited to be starting this new job and just going from there. Okay, where is that number? So my income is $654.98. Like I said, I just started this job, so it is a little low, but we're gonna use this and get through it. But yeah, I'm grateful for it and everything. So let's begin. I think you can see that. Yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, these are my monthly budgets, and this is the only time I would really add to this because, like I said last time, it was just extra money and it's already covered my bills and loans that I wanted to pay for the month of September. So I don't have to put any of this towards my bills or my loans. But I might want to put some of it towards my monthly expenses. So let's first look at how much I have left in each of these categories because I have been using some of that money. So I have budgeted. I showed it last video, kind of me putting it into my budget. And so this is the most updated version. All right, so this one in food, I have $1.63. Yes. And then in cafes, I have $3.67. Listen, I love a good cafe. I had so much budget for these, so I'm surprised those have already gone down. But I love a good cafe, and that will be right. That will probably be something I need to cut back on eventually. Oh, also, I'm just gonna, so you can see it more clearly. Yeah, Korean class, I haven't used any of this money, so it's still $10. Fun, I haven't used any of this money, so still $10. Medical, haven't used any of this money, it's still $10. And buffer is, again, still $15. So what I'm looking here is I have only $1.63, $3.67. For me, personally, I could just use the buffer and be okay, but I kind of want to show how I would budget this in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, let's do $10 each in each one. So let's add $10, add $10. And for me, these are just going to stay the same, so I don't have to worry about that. So these, I'm just not going to budget anything more. So they're just going to stay what I currently have for them. But these up here, these I'm going to budget a little bit more. So once I put it into my online budget, I should have an updated $11.63 left over. I'm also looking at my laptop, so I have the numbers right. I haven't put it in yet, but just so I have these numbers right. And then this one should have $13.67. So right here, we used $10, $20. So what I'm going to do over here, because I'm not going to budget anything else for my monthly budgets, I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to update this, how much I have left. So I have $654.98. Okay. I'm going to subtract $20. And that leaves me with 98 and 436. Yes. So I still have $634.98 left to budget. That's pretty good. Okay. So like I mentioned, the second budgeting will always be a little bit shorter because it's just going into my savings. So for me, that's why it's looking kind of like, wow, so much money is just going into my savings. I went through this so fast. That's just how it's going to be right now because most likely the first paycheck is going to cover most of my monthly expenses. The second one's going to be my savings. So let me pull up my savings over here and I will get right back to you so we can get into the savings part of this budget. Okay, I'm back. So over here, you can see I wrote down all of my savings categories. And over here, I wrote down how much I have left to budget. So I still have $634.98 left to budget. And so I'm not going to really write down how much I have in each category because right now it's so little. They're practically all zero besides like a few. If you really are curious, you can go back and watch my last video because those have like the more accurate amounts right now. But again, I'm kind of thinking like this is going to be from square one, and that's going to be kind of how this is going to be set up today. So maybe normally I would write the amounts so I can kind of see, okay, I want to put more here, I want to put me here, I want to put more here. But today, because they're practically all at zero, we're just going to leave them like this. Okay, so first of all, I do want to say one thing. So my loan category is going to be like me setting aside extra money that I can eventually pay towards my loans, not including in the monthly budgeting. So that's why I have a little separate category here. The one that I'm going to do a little squiggly line in is the joint account because I actually budget this as a bill. And so this is just to keep track of how much I have, but this is going to be budgeted in the monthly budgets. And then like this will just keep this will just be able to keep track. So that's why I'm going to put a little squiggly line, because if I wanted to, I could put more here, but we're kind of trying to do equal amounts. So I don't have to put any of this here this time. And like I said, a lot of these are not really like time sensitive except for a few, which is why I'm not going to put a lot into some of them. Some I might put more in. And again, it's just my stuff, like what I want to put into each one. That's what's going on there. Same with advanced rent. It's kind of like the same as loans. If I ever want to spend, like not want to spend like my monthly budgeting, I can just use it from here, and that's kind of what I'm saving up here. But if I'm looking through here, the ones that are the most important to me right now that I really need to put money into is savings, because I'm saving up for a car. So that's important. Christmas is coming, so I do want to make sure I have my budget ready for that. And I would say my 6-month trip. Again, if you're confused, watch my past videos, but these ones are the most like with timelines, kind of needing money in them. So a lot of the money is going to go into these categories right now. A lot of them, like I said, are at zero. Some of them are pretty well saved. But again, I like to do my savings as like a sinking fund, so it's continuous towards a goal, not like, how would I explain it? It's not like this goal, spend some, oh, I'm now far away from the goal. Oh, I spent more, I'm now further away from the goal. No, I have this goal and I'm going to keep saving towards this goal, but I might spend some, but that doesn't mean I'm any further away from my goal, because that's my goal of the year or until the deadline. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this. Okay. Let me look at my Christmas category right now. So I already have, again, I said most of it is at zero, but some of them has little money. Again, not really important to me right now because they are so close to zero. So I'm treating them like they're zero, but I'm going to tell you, I do have $20 saved towards Christmas, and Christmas is coming. Obviously we all know that. And I wanted to save about $1,000 towards that. For me though, I think I'm going to put about, just because this is the one with the closest deadline, these two are the ones with the closest deadline. So I am going to put a bit of money here as well as here. So Christmas, I'm thinking I'm going to do $125, just because that one is the one with the most recent deadline, like the closest deadline. So I'm going to put $125 here, which will leave me with 8, 9. Oh, you're going to see me do some math. And then that's 9, 0, and 5. Is that right? Wait a second. Yeah. Okay. I'm really good with my calculator. Not so much with like mental math. So you are going to see me do that. Okay. So that leaves me with $509.98 left to budget. Like I said, I also am saving towards a car, and I do have enough money in my other account to put a down payment, but I really don't want to touch my other account right now because the exchange rate's not the best. So I'm going to do that later. Can you see everything? Yes. But so my savings, I do want to kind of put like down payment and like put money towards a down payment here, or maybe even like later monthly payments. And it's looking like my monthly payments might be about $300. Yeah, so that's fun. That will eventually move up here, but until I do that, I want to put money in my savings account. So right now I have $0 in my savings account. I'm going to put $200 because that one's going to be my biggest purchase. And I like even numbers. So easy. So this is 9. No, wait. I've already messed up. This is going to be 0. So this is 98, 9, 0, 3. Okay. And then this, I'm going to put $200. Easy. Okay. So that now leaves me with $309.98 left to budget. I've already put these two right here. Now let's look over here, 6-month trip. This is going to probably be even pushed back further. It's probably more like a 7-8 month trip right now, just because of kind of like the timing of everything. Maybe I'll get into this later, but for right now, just so you know, it might be pushed back. So I'm not worried about how much I'm putting aside. I just want to make sure I do have money set aside. And for me, that was crazy. I don't know how much you kind of heard on your end, but my alarm went off and it stopped the filming. I'm not doing the best with technology today, you can tell. Not even just technology, just the phone. But anyways, where was I? So I was just saying I have $309 left to say, not left to budget. I'm going to put a lot of it into my 6-month trip, but like I said, this is going to be pushed back to probably like 7 more months, 8 more months until we're having this trip. So I'm only going to put a bit of money in it, and I kind of want to make this an even number. So what I'm thinking is, and right now I have $20 saved. So I'm thinking, let me see. I think I'm going to do, yeah, because the rest I'm really saving towards right now. Like they're just extra money that I have that I can put aside. So I do think I'm going to do, let's do, should I do 100 or 200? Just because this is a smaller paycheck, I am going to do $109.98. Okay, so that brings that to 0 because, you know, I can't do mental math and I don't have my calculator on me. So 0, 0, and 200. Okay, so and I'm going to put over here $109.98. All right, so that leaves me with $200 left to budget and all of this. Okay. So now what I'm going to go through is I'm going to kind of say which one I want to save the most towards right now. And I think it's going to be my loans because I just want to aggressively pay those off. But what you're going to see is these were really big payments towards my savings. The remainder, even though I say this is important, this is important, this is important, they are going to be just smaller payments. And you'll see how my brain kind of works because I might go through all of these and still have left money. So I might add to some of those. So let's try and you're going to try and understand my brain. Okay. So first I want to put money towards my loans and I'm thinking, let's do $50. It's little, but to me it's a lot. So minus 50. And that leaves me, and I'm just going to take out these zeros for now because it'll be easier. So this is, so this is 0. I'm just going to move it like that. And then this should be 150, easy. Okay, $50 here. Advanced rent, I'm not really worried about, but why not? Let's just put $10 in there, which leaves me with $140 left to budget. And this is going to have $10. And like I said, a little makes a lot. So even though it's a little now, it'll add up over time because I don't really think I'm going to touch my advanced rent, but eventually I'm going to have money saved towards that. Yeah. Same, I'm thinking self-care. I like to always put about $10 into this account. So this is going to be, and it's also starting to do this. I'm going to try and do this. So let's do minus $10, 130 left to budget. And over here is going to have $10. Okay. Then let's go to clothing. Because I did spend a lot of my clothing amount, I only have, how much do I have left? $28.29. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, let's put 15. So this leaves me with $115 left to budget, and this is going to be $15 in this budget. Okay, that still leaves me with all of these other ones left to budget. Gifts, let's do, what do I want to put there? Okay, I'm going to come back to gifts. I think for me, because again, I've already saved for all of my birthdays this year, so I have no more birthdays left to save for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do $5 in this one, which leaves me with 110, and this is going to be $5. Okay? Now, let's look over here. I'm thinking let's do gifts to make this an even number. I'm going to do $10 here, which leaves me with $100. So let's do $10 here. Okay, so I still have $100 left to budget, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? 5 categories left I can put money in. So it's a good question. Which one am I going to put money in? I think, let's see. I think I'm going to put money, again, I think my emergency is slowly going to get money in it, but I don't want to put too much in it because I don't really feel like I need to at the moment. But I think medical savings, I'm going to put $10. So that leaves me with 90. And then, can you see that 90? Yeah, you can. Okay, I'm just going to 90. All right. So I should have thought about this before how I wanted to budget, but you're just getting the actual footage of me thinking, because this is normally how I budget. So might as well give you the real thing. Let's see. This is where I start to go, how much? Did I say $10 in gifts? Yeah. No. Okay, I'm going to put $10 in gifts. I can't remember if that's what I said because I just lost my train of thought. I'm also going to put $10 in emergency just to see if that's what I said. I don't even know. Okay, so that's $10 here. So this is where I start to look here. So I see that this is a number that can be divided by 2. Not really 3, maybe. Yeah, no. You can't divide by 3 without it having sense. And I like whole numbers. I don't know why. I just love whole numbers because it's easy to do the math. But so what I'm thinking is let's bring this down to, I think I'm going to put $20 into my trips account, which leaves me with $60 left. And then I have 2 more categories left to do. Just divide that by 2. Divide it. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Whoopsies. By 2. Leaves me with 30 each. I don't know how to write that. So I'm going to put 30 here. And I'm going to put 30 here. And that brings me down to 0. So that means I have now budgeted my entire $654.98 income into this budget. So now you can see that I have put some money towards my monthly savings, which will be great. And then the rest are going to go towards my actual savings, monthly expenses, and the rest go towards my actual savings. And now that I've done the written part of this, the next step is I'm going to put this into my online budget so I can actually see the numbers, how much I have currently saved. I could do that here, but it's more sense to just put it on my online budget. So I'm thinking this will be part 1. Yeah, and part 2 will be the online budget. And I'm going to make a separate video for that just because it's easier for editing and everything. And I'm sure you guys are already tired of my rambling on randomness. But anyways, yeah, if you want to, you can check my math. It probably isn't right. I'll probably go and check my math later. But normally what I would do here is I would check my math. Maybe in another video I would do that. But right now, this is how I'm going to do it. It's not a big paycheck, so it was really easy to kind of put everything where it needs to go. But yeah, there's not much more I usually do on paper. But what the next video is going to be, when I put it into my online budget, you're going to see it more, how do I explain it? More in depth. So you will be able to see how much I have saved, how much I have spent, and you're gonna see how I put it into my budget and how I kind of process it that way. I don't know, I'm not really good with like the YouTube like videos. I don't know, I don't have any fun stories. I just go, here's what I do, that's it, okay, bye. Yeah, I'll try to be better about like making these videos maybe more fun, but for now, that is my budget. This is like so exciting because I'm so excited to get back into the budgeting and I'm already seeing so much. But anyways, I hope you follow along and I'll see you in the next video in just a second. All right, bye.